Hi everyone. So my name is Mahesh. I have around 8 plus years of experience in automation testing, as well as in development, and currently working on automation tools development. And I have classroom training experience of around 4 years. Okay, so I train around 100 members till now. So many of them are working in the best MNC companies. Okay, so here I am your trainer for Python automation testing. So let's discuss about what is Python. So why many companies are preferring Python, and what is the scope for the future purpose. Okay, let me share my screen, and I will give brief introduction about the training content as well as overview about Python today. Hope you can see my screen. Guys, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here, so it is mastering Python automation testing. So we are going to be masters in Python automation testing. Okay. So here we have a content. So we will deep dive into Python automation testing across different tools. Okay. And so we have to put our brains and become master in Python automation testing. So currently we have a huge demand for Python in the market. So not only in testing, so in across different platforms. So now many platforms are using AI. So in the background, Python is running. So this is the main purpose of many students and many MNC companies are preferring uh, Python to learn because of it is having huge demand currently in the market. Okay, so coming to our training, so it will be around 45 days to 60 days. Okay, based on your availability and my availability. Okay, so and we have a course content, so where I divided into multiple modules here. Okay, so this is the course content. So where we will start with Python basics. Okay, so if you are very strong in basics, you can work in any kind of development activities or testing activities. Okay, so our main goal is we should be very strong in Python basics and advanced topics. Okay, if you know Python basics, easily you can handle these things. Okay, so for us currently Python and these advanced Python concepts are core. Okay, so if you are very strong in these topics, okay, we can handle the other topics very easily. Okay, so we will start with Python basics, then we will move to advanced concepts. In Python basics mostly we will cover until hoops concepts, and advanced topics we will cover some other advanced topics. I will explain you module by module. Okay, then Selenium library. Selenium library is basically a browser automation tool. Okay, let's say we can call it as library. It is a pre-built library where we can handle browser-related automation. Okay, where this Selenium library we will use for web application UI testing. Okay, so this is for front-end testing. Selenium you can use across different platforms. So where you can use for web application scraping, okay, to fetch the data from different websites, okay, and web application testing. Okay, so this is the use of Selenium library. And coming to the API testing. Now all the web applications are developing in microservices, which is APIs. Okay, which means So here these APIs are going to deal with the data. Okay, how data is coming from the database, how we are rendering the data to the front end. Okay, how the data is showing in the front end. Okay, the main concept of API is okay fetching the data okay for a particular URL, different ways of activities we are doing. Okay, so that is about API. So those APIs we are going to test, which means we are going to validate whether we are getting the proper data or we are getting the expected data or not using the request library. Okay, this is very simple library. Okay, so anyone can work if you are good in basics of Python. Okay, then robot framework. Okay, robot framework, it is a pre-built framework, already it is built. Okay, we have to use those keywords and we have to write our test cases. Okay, so by saying the name robot, so don't think like any robotic related activities we will do. Okay, here it is a framework to test something. Okay, not only web applications. Okay, so many areas, so we can do uh, mobile application testing, we can do web application testing, we can do database testing, any testing we can do using robot framework. Okay, but this robot framework is a keyword driven framework. Okay, so using keywords, okay, we can write our own keywords and uh, we can write the test cases. Okay, coming to the PyTest. So till here, Selenium and API testing using request library, these are the libraries. For writing the test cases we will use PyTest. Okay, so this is the framework. Just a second. Okay, PyTest is the framework to write the test cases. Okay, and Jira. So nowadays many companies are working on agile methodology. Agile methodology in the sense it's a iterative cycle of work. Okay, so to track that work, so we should have something, some tool we need. Let's say one task is assigned to Shushma. Okay, another task is assigned to Mahesh. So earlier, these tasks are maintaining in the Excel files. Nowadays, technology is improved, so many companies are preferring Zero. Okay, so where all the related tasks are kept in one place. Okay, that will be assigned to the particular person. Okay, so if the task is not completed, it will go to other sprint. Okay, so here in agile methodology, there are other many other terminologies. Okay, going forward we will see. So any doubts?
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
sir, I did engineering. I have been passed out on 2015
Okay.
in a CS stream only. But I don't have knowledge on Python. I should learn from the scratch only. Will you teach from the scratch?
Yeah, Python basics is from scratch only. So that's why I
Okay.
told. This is
I forgot every topic in the Python, so
okay.
I'm going to learn from the scratch only. So
So
it will be
we are going to start from very basic. Okay.
okay.
So if you are not from IT background also, you can
Mm.
learn very easily. Okay, so as we are
Okay.
starting from basics, okay, anyone can jump and deep dive and they can learn very easily. Okay, and
Mm.
compared to other programming languages, Python is
Mm.
a bit easier.
Ah, yeah.
Okay, so that's why
Okay.
anyone can learn.
Okay.
Okay, but you should be focused for few days, at least for 2 to 3 months. If you practice daily for 2 hours, okay, you can become master. At least you
Okay.
have to spend 2 to 3 hours per day.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. Okay, you can mute. Okay. So Git is a platform where we can collaboratively work with the single code. Okay, so let's say one web application is developed. Okay, in that web application, multiple people are working, right? So multiple people write their code. Okay, so where they will put that code and run in the production. Okay, they will maintain all the source code in the Git. Okay, so that is a one Git repository. So maybe some people are aware about GitHub. Okay, some people are aware about Bitbucket. Okay, so these are called, so all are mostly similar, but these platforms are called version control because we are going to maintain different versions of code. Okay, let's say production version. Okay, let's say testing version and develop version. So different versions of code will be maintained in the Git. Accordingly, uh, this code will go to production or this code will go to live. Okay, and Jenkins. Jenkins, so let's say you have developed some test cases for a particular website. Okay, and you executed the code, all the test cases are working fine, and you generated the reports also. But your reports are in your local system. You want to share these reports across your team. Okay, so then so you can put that reports in some folder or some SharePoint. I'll tell you later what is SharePoint. Okay, so anybody can access. Okay, instead of that, okay, if it is failed, if something is failed, okay, they cannot see the logs, terminal logs in your PC. Okay, so what we will do is we will run these test cases in one platform that is called Jenkins. Okay, Jenkins is a CI/CD tool, continuous integration and continuous deployment. Okay, so while integration, we will test all the test cases for the current implementation. We will test all the test cases, and so anybody can access the Jenkins pipeline. Okay, so we will create pipelines. Okay, in that pipelines there will be some jobs. Okay, in that job our test cases will run and it will store all the related results in one location. Those are called artifacts. Okay, so those artifacts can be accessed by anyone. Okay, so this Git, Jenkins, and Jira are very useful for collaborative work. Okay, all can collaborate and it will be transparent, so anybody can understand and they can view what exactly going on. Okay, so this is just a overview about this Python topics or Python concepts. Okay, let's jump into one by one. What are the topics we are going to cover in the here in this course content? Okay, basics. So here in the basics we are covering all the important topics. Let's consider all the core topics here. Okay, so why Python? Okay, why it is easy? Okay, how can we handle Python? What are the different types of variables? What are the different types of data types we have? Okay, and what are the different operators and expressions? Okay, control flow statements in the sense for loops, while loops. Okay, and okay, so what are the different ways to generate the data? Okay, what is the function? So what is the data structure? How can we handle the files? Okay, so how can we handle the exceptions in the errors? Okay, exceptions are the errors where we can handle the exceptions. Okay, uh, and so oops concepts we are going to discuss in the Python basics. Okay, so oops concepts, again it will come under some advanced topics. Okay, but I kept under basics. Okay, so if you know this OOPS concept, then you can easily understand what is modules and packages. Okay, everything is interlinked. Okay, so if we discuss about variables and data types, so using these data types, we can perform this. Okay, again on these data types, again control flow statements means loops. Okay, so using these data types, we can write our statements. Okay, let's say if you want list of even numbers. Okay, if you don't know the basics, okay, you cannot write control flows, which means you cannot loop the statement and get the even numbers. So these are basics. So I'm telling you guys again, if you miss any single topic above, the next topic is interlinked to the above topics. Okay, you can consider any programming language. Okay, so each topic is interlinked to above topic. Okay, fine. So here, object-oriented programming. So, which are the OOPS concepts? Okay. If you don't know this, you cannot understand modules and packages. Okay. Using this, we will develop modules and packages. Okay. So again, if you don't know the functions, so you cannot handle this object-oriented programming. Okay. How to call the functions? So how to declare a function inside a class? Okay. These things. That is why initially I told Python basics are core. Okay. Then after completing this, we will move to advanced Python concepts. So here, whatever the topics we have discussed in Python basics, we will use those topics here. Okay. So we have seen here file handling. I am telling one example. File handling. So using file handling, we can handle here some JSON files and CSV files. Okay. And so in advanced topics, I introduced one topic, so which is out of the, you can consider out of the syllabus. But if you understand web scraping, then you will know better about how web application works. Okay. So in advanced concepts, we will cover decorators, generators, lambda functions. So again, lambda functions we have a topic before, which is functions. Okay, it is correlated with lambda functions are correlated with functions. Okay, so that's why I told everything is interlinked. Okay, so once these Python topics are completed, all the Python concepts are completed, then we will move to Selenium method. Okay, so here in Selenium library we have a Selenium WebDriver library where it will give different methods and different classes to handle the different elements in the web page. Okay, let's say I will take any web page like I will take booking.com. Okay, so I have different elements here. So this is one element, this is one element. Okay, and this is one element. Let's say I just want to log in. Okay, I want to test this login button. This is a button. Okay, so if I click here, okay, it is going to next page. Okay, this is the another page, which means our login button is working. Okay, so here if I click here, it will go to the other page, means there is no issue with the login button. So for this we will write a test case. Okay, test login button, pass or fail. Okay, so here we are handling manually, so I am opening the website and clicking the login button. Okay, opening the website and clicking the login button. Okay, it is going to another page which is having some text, login or create an account. Okay, so if we get this text, then our test case will be passed, otherwise fail. Okay, like this, we will test our application for different elements. Okay, for all these elements. So this all whatever the manual activity I am doing, it can be handled by Selenium WebDriver. Okay, and in web application we have different types of elements, like you will have button, you will have a link. Okay, you will have a drop down, you will have alerts like pop-ups. Okay, if you click one link it will open another window. Okay, so these all all types of elements we can handle using Selenium. Okay, so once Selenium is completed, then we will move to API testing. Okay, so API testing, as I told, okay, we are going to test the data is properly coming or not. Okay, for that we will use request library. Okay, so I will take one example website for you to understand what is. So this is a testing website, okay, where we can test these APIs. Okay, so now I will take. Okay, so actually this is the raw data we are getting from the database. Okay, what developers will do is they will take this data and they will put it in a dictionary like this. Okay, and they will render to front end. Okay, so this is our front end. Okay, so what front end developers will do is they will consume this data. They will take this data and they will show in a beautiful manner. Okay, so here I have data about list of persons. Okay, so I have, if you consider from here, I have some list of people. So till here I have some list of people. So having mail ID, first name, last name, and this is logo. Okay. So what front end team will do is they will take the data and they will prettify the web page. So we are getting the raw data. Okay. These data they will consume and they will develop a web page, front end web page. Okay. So to get the data, they will use this link. So in API, we will call it as an endpoint. Okay, we will take this endpoint and we will check. We will write different test cases for that endpoint. Okay, let's say per page. So here per page they have given six. Okay, so we are getting only six, count as six, or we are getting more than. Okay, otherwise, so if you hit this endpoint, so whether it is giving response or not. Okay, for that we will check some status codes. Okay, we will have different status codes that we will see while learning this APIs. Okay, so majorly we will perform testing on different methods. Okay, so different methods in the sense, so getting the data, posting the data means, so if you want to save any profile, okay, let's say you are uploading a image. Okay, if it is uploaded successfully, so we will get that image in the database. Okay, we will validate that. Okay, that is a post. So let's say in Instagram you are deleting uh, one image or one reel. Okay, so we have to verify that it was deleted in the database or not. Okay, that is for delete. Okay, put, let's say you have uploaded that, you want to edit that particular uploaded one, already existed one, if you want to edit. Okay, then their put request will be performed. Okay, so whatever the Instagram you are using, that is developed in APIs. Okay, so in some part of Instagram they developed in Python. Okay, and even in Google also you are doing Google search. So in Google search engine also they have used Python. Okay, so this is about API testing. Then robot framework. Okay, so again, robot framework is a pre-built framework. Okay, where we can use keywords to write the test cases. So we can write our own custom keywords as well. Okay, and so how to run the execute the test cases in different ways. Okay, so here again in robot framework we are going to learn about robot framework with Selenium, robot framework with API. Okay, all three we are covering in robot framework. Why I am covering these topics is, so if you go to any other trainings, okay, they will not discuss about this. Okay, so in our Nandini software we are giving training based on the current market. Okay, so what is the trending technologies are there in the market currently. Okay, so along with Python, so many companies are preferring robot framework as the testing framework. So that's why, so we come up with this syllabus, okay, and we are taken this as a bundle and going to teach you guys. Why? Because so this robot framework again it is developed in Python. Okay, so that's why company this is very easy to handle and very easy to write your own keywords. Okay, so that's why for robot framework it takes time. Okay, but it is a very good technology. Okay, if you get any opportunity you can easily work on this robot framework. Okay, and PyTest. Okay, earlier we discussed about Selenium library as well as API testing request library. Okay, so those are the libraries to handle. Selenium is just to handle the UI part, and request library is to handle the API part. But if you want to write the test cases, we need a separate framework that is a PyTest. Okay, so in PyTest we have again different topics: how to write the test cases, how to ignore, or how to run the single test cases with different parameters. Okay, all these topics will be covered under PyTest. Okay, so simply this is a testing framework. Coming to Jira. Okay, Jira, as I told earlier, okay, so this is one of the agile tool. So for collaborative work. Okay, so you cannot understand this terminologies, but when we discuss this, we will deep dive and I will explain you as per the real time environment how companies will work. Okay, GitHub. GitHub or Git. Okay, so we have many version control tools like GitHub, Git, GitLab, SVN. So there are many version control tools to maintain our code in different versions. Okay, so here we will discuss about what is Git. Okay, what is the uses of Git. So we will set up, we will install Git in our local and we'll set up one environment. Okay, then by using here there won't be any UI. Okay, even we have UI for Git, but so better to use the commands are very easily when compared to UI. Okay, so here hardly we will have 10 commands to push the code, to commit the code. Okay, and to clone the code to our local environment. Okay, so here we will use different Git commands to do the Git operations. Okay. So again, I use this word collaborative development. Okay. So collaborative development means we will work with other team members collaboratively. Okay. We will see this going forward. And Jenkins. Okay. Here, Jenkins, as I told, it is CI/CD tool. We will create pipelines and we will execute our test cases in Jenkins. Okay. Now, why do you want to choose Python? So currently, as per the reports, in 2024, the most popular programming language in 2024, Python is at the top. Okay, 28% of the companies in the market are using Python. Okay, it can be a web development, it can be a web scraping, it can be a web automation testing. Okay, it can be a AI, machine learning. So, in all these areas, in real world, Python is using in web development, data science, AI, machine learning. So testing, we are going to work on testing. Web scraping, we are going to discuss about web scraping. In game development also, some software developments, desktop UI, okay, desktop GUI. Let's say if you want to develop any desktop application, okay, by using Python you can develop a desktop application. Okay, and even you can develop a small OS using Python. Okay, so so this is about Python using across different areas. Okay, okay, so this is just an overview about Python. Okay, so I'll show you some small snippets how Python code looks. Okay, so this is just I'm working on one web scraping project. Okay, so here, as I told, Selenium can be used for automation as well as web scraping as well. So this is how it looks. Don't think it is this code is looking very tricky and very complicated. This is very easy if you understand Python with Selenium. Okay. So this is recently I completed my project for Airbnb. So I have to scrape all the data from Airbnb website. Okay. So currently I'm working on my show website. Okay. This is very easy. Okay. So and before coming to the next class, so I just want you guys to install something in your PC. Okay. So Python.org. You can install Python latest version from this website. Okay, this is the official Python website. Okay, don't install from any other websites. Okay, please prefer only Python official website. Okay, so you can go to downloads. Okay, otherwise, if you hover your mouse here, it will give the latest version, Python 3.12. So you can install the latest one. Okay, just okay. While installing, so click on this checkbox. Okay, then click install. Okay, I have already installed Python in my system. Okay, all the packages will rewrite. Just install. Okay, I think it will be completed. Before installing, just check this checkbox. Select this checkbox. Okay, so once you installed, okay, then so please remember you have to check the checkbox. You have to select the checkbox. So once you installed successfully, open command prompt. Okay. Just type Python and enter. So it will give you the Python environment. Okay. So this concludes Python is installed in your system. Okay. Otherwise, there is another way where by default there will be idle installed. So this is the Python idle to write the code. Okay. This is the official Python idle. If you want to write the code, you can create new file and you can write your code. Okay. Let me print. Okay, so this is our Python code. So before executing this, we have to save this code. So let me save this somewhere. I will save in my desktop. Hello.py. Okay. So for Python file extension will be .py. Okay. If it is a PPT file, okay, it will have PPTX or PPT. Okay, if it is a Word document, it will have DOC or DOCX. Okay, extension. So for Python, it will be hello.py. I'm saving this. Okay. Now, if you want to run this, run, run, or output is coming here. Let's say if you want to create another file, just go here and create print okay, saving this. So again, I will save in some location you can choose. I'm saving in my desktop, and I will give as welcome.py. Saving this, so I can run this. Okay, like this, you can create Python files. Now, if you observe this, so I have my code here. If I want to jump to another file, I have to select another window. Let's say if I maximize this, so if I want to open another file, I have to go here and open another file like this. So if I run this, it will execute and give me output in another window. Okay, so here it is very difficult to handle multiple windows. Okay, okay, to check in multiple windows. Okay, so I want my code and my output in a single location. Okay, so if I run this, I want to open again this idle shell and I need to check the output. I need to verify the output. So it will be very messy. Okay, let's say you have some 20 to 30 files. Okay, to open multiple windows, okay, it will be very, you cannot tolerate that. Okay, so that's why we have a very good alternative for this, which is PyCharm. So which I open this one. So here, so if you want to create your file, so I'll close this. Okay, so I can directly open this in PyCharm. Okay, so we are opening the folder in Python. Then I can create my Python files here. Just right click this new Python file. Okay, here I can put hello.py. Okay, so here print hello everyone. Okay, now just save it, control S. After saving this, if you can right click and run hello, because the file name is hello.py, right? It is asking to run hello. So if I run this, we are getting output here. So in Python idle, we are getting output in another window. Okay. So here very easy to check. Okay. Very easy to write the code. Very easy to create another file. Okay. Like this. Okay. Again, print. Welcome to software. Okay. So again, PyCharm is having one very good functionality. It will automatically save the file. Okay, if you write something, it will automatically save the file. Just right click and you will get output here. Okay. So let's say you want command prompt. So earlier we opened command prompt, right? Like this. Okay. Even you can get command prompt here. You just need to click terminal. So this is your command prompt. Okay. Even you can open Python here. Okay. If you want to close this Python environment, exit. Done. Okay. So along with Python, you guys need to install this software which is PyCharm. Okay. So PyCharm. Okay. Again, here this is a professional edition. We will have another community edition. We change the website actually. It looks different earlier. Okay, so from here you can download the community version. Okay, full-fledged professional or free community version. So this is the community version. So you can download this. Here it is going for. Okay, so here they mention. Okay, Python community edition. Okay, you can download this. It is downloading. Okay, so I'm trying to install it. Just click yes. Okay, then next. Okay, so here select Python install. Okay, so I have already the previous version. Okay, so that's why it is asking to uninstall and reinstall the next one. So you will simply click next. Okay, then next you select all this Python Community Edition. So it will create a icon in your desktop. Okay, if you don't want this, you can ignore. Okay, and so this is also not required. Just click next. Okay, then install. Okay, it will install Python in your system. Okay, for me it is already installed, so I have all the setup, so I don't want to install the new one again. Okay, so before coming to the next class, you guys needs to install Python and PyCharm. Okay, so this is very good tool for practice purpose. There are many other IDEs. IDE means integrated development environment. Okay, so we are developing something in this PyCharm. Okay, there are many, like there is a IDE called Atom. So there is a VS Code. There are many IDEs, but so this PyCharm is very interactive. Okay, you can open files, you can open multiple folders here. Okay, and you can see the output here. If you want terminal, you can. Okay, if you want debug your code, you can debug. Okay, fine. So for today, this is enough. Uh, Before coming to the next class, please install these two. One is Python, one is Python. Okay. Now, if you have any doubts, you can ask me now. So from tomorrow onwards, we will jump into the code. We will deep dive into the code, and mostly all the coding related topics we are going to discuss from tomorrow. Any doubts?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts, Sushma? Pawan?
Yes, sir. Do I need to come to the classes like offline classes? Or in online classes is enough to learn, sir?
Better to come offline. Okay, if you are
Okay.
preferring online, is also fine. But
Okay. It's
pref-
here from here too far to
sorry,
Marathali. I'm in Kengeri, sir. It's too far from here.
okay, then you can join online. No issues.
Online, okay. Online is enough, no?
Yeah, online is fine.
Okay.
But if you are coming to offline classes,
Uh,
then it will be good. If you have any doubts, you can directly ask me. We can resolve it here itself. Yeah, that is your preference. But
okay.
online is also fine. No
Okay,
issues.
sir.
Okay, but practice is very important.
Okay. So will you provide the materials also?